Hi, this is Irv from Software for Healthcare. In this video, I'll overview the DocPro Practice Management System and just give you a quick idea of what it is. First of all, it does all your billing and administration for a small healthcare practice. It bills insurances on CMS 1500 forms. It can handle all your commercial carriers, Medicare. It does both primary and secondary format. You can generate image files to send to a clearinghouse. It does patient billing for co-pays and remaining balances. It's got a very advanced accounts receivables tracking and reporting. It has statistics of daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, and it can track your business real well. It has automatic posting of payments, so you can get a EOB file from an insurance company and have it post automatically. The system uses a open source, an open item, a billing system. So you track every charge, and you can see how much was paid by patients and insurance, and how much was written off. And when you do the automatic posting, all that information will go in and show. It has a scheduling system. It's ICD-10 ready, so you can now do ICD-9s right now, but it's got everything you need to do the ICD-10s. It has an integrated electronic health record system that makes it easy to take notes on your patient visits. It's not certified, just meaning that there's going to be a penalty at the end of, starting 2015 of 1% for Medicare, but probably pretty small for most people. If you do $20,000 in Medicare a year, that's $200 a year. So probably not worth getting too excited about. Even if you do $30,000 or $40,000 a year, it's not that much. So now it has 90 days of free support and updates. And after that, you can purchase a support agreement for $50 a month. And it easily handles 1,000 visits a month. It can easily do double that or more, but I'm throwing that out to give you an idea. We do have multi-user systems available. You can have 2 or more people entering data at the same time, so that's a little additional cost. But the whole basic system is $595, and that's everything. And it basically does everything you need to do in a healthcare practice. It's well time tested, although it was all rewritten in the last 5 years, so it's all using state-of-the-art technology. So let's just jump right in and show you the program. Basically, we will go back right here to our main menu. When you first come into the program, it'll just show you what things like accounting dates and versions are and who's logged in and all that. But you have your patient registration, then all your ledger, then the appointment system. You have the patient billing, insurance billing, and then the end-of-day reports, and then a whole bunch of system reports. Then you can update all your code tables. Then we have utilities and the automatic posting programs. Generally, just to give you an idea of how this is set up, let's say we have a patient visit. Now, for right now, we're going to say the patient's already been registered in the system, and this is a repeat visit. We can just press our Find button right here, and then we can just start typing the patient's name. Let's say it's Redford. Just type a few letters. As soon as it's there, we press the Enter key, press Keep. We can do everything with the keyboard or the mouse, so it's faster with the keyboard. So now let's say we'll put a charge in. Now I could just press the C key, but I'll use the mouse so you can see what I'm doing. This is set up. This is a demo set up for January, but we could change the date if we wanted. I'm hitting the minus key, or we can just type in a new date. Now for charges, we have a code table. Let's just say we have some codes in there, which of course you would, in the standard fees, the standard descriptions. We said a unit of 1, amount of money, the place of service. Now the diagnoses, you probably would already have them in, but if you need to add them, you could add them from right here. And as you can see, we have ICD-10s and 9s in here. You put in your own diagnoses unless we have a standard table for you. And right now everyone's using the 9, so you know the 10s were in there, but then they postpone those. So let's just stick in a well, in fact, let's try that again. Let's go ahead and put in something like low back pain, and we'll go ahead and get that in. And now it actually put in the ICD-10 code because I had set it for ICD-10s, but it will print either the 9 or the 10. So we'll go ahead and get that in. Now you can see we had the date that the visit happened, the code, what it was, the provider they saw. 1 in means plan 1, which is going to be this Blue Cross Federal, and then the amount and how much of the charge, 50, how much was paid from insurance, from patient, any credits, and any item balance, which is $50. Now if the patient was to do a copay, we'd say we get a patient copay, just say copay, and just say $10 for the fun of it, and we'll post that. So now you can see we had a $50 charge, and there's a $10 copay. Now we might have another charge for the same day, just for the fun of it. We'll go ahead and put something in like this. So now we'll have that in. Now it's going to use the same diagnosis that we already used. We'll just go ahead and step through that. And really, that's all there is. We've now charged. We know we are going to bill the insurance for the full amount. We can quickly bill an insurance here, or say give a walkout insurance claim to a patient by just clicking on walkout. That's just a quick way to get one patient billed. We normally would bill in a batch mode. So it's billing on the new CMS form. We'll keep that, and we're just going to say, sure, let's go to the screen for right now. And actually, this would go exactly on a HCFA form. And we just did it to the screen because we want to just look at it. So here's our HCFA form, our patient insured's information. The boxes are all checked, and you can see here's the referring provider, and here's your line items, and we have an NPI in over here. We are basically here's the practice down here. That's the facility, and this is the billing provider. So it's very fast and easy to use. Basically now these are B's. We know insurance is paid. So let's say insurance now comes in and pays. We'll say insurance is now going to just say pay $95. And I'll just do a check number 1, 2, 3. We won't be getting into trying to do too much. We'll say they paid $80, and I'll just go say yeah, they paid 30 here, and then they paid let's see, it's trying to tell us it would like to have us pay whatever 50 here out of that 55 because it had 50 left, so it did. So now you can see that we had a charge of 50, 30 from the insurance, 10 from the patient, 10 is still due, and now that would normally be billed to the patient at this point. So let's do a walkout patient statement, just see what it wants to do. We'll say let's walk out, let's just do a regular statement to the patient. Say yes, let's do that. We'll go to the screen. Now here's the patient statement. The ending balance you're going to see is only $15. But the neat thing, the statement says, hey, there was a therapeutic exercise. Insurance paid 30, patient paid 10, but there was still 10 due after insurance. So we didn't do any write-offs. Normally we probably would have done that. And now this excuse the B's here. Those are not really there. Those are the bold commands going to the printer for the paper. So the B's are not there. So it looks nice and neat. And on the bottom, it just tells you only items already processed by your insurance plan are shown in the above items. And the balance is 15. Please pay the 15. Of course, we have a form that you put that on if you want, and so it makes it look nice. So let's just say, oh, the patient never actually pays this, and we decide to write it off. We'll just call it a discount. Let's just say $15, And we'll just say, okay, let's just get that. And now, as you can see, it's all down. And now you can look at the account, what happened. We had a charge of 50, paid by insurance 30, from the patient 10, 10 from adjustments, and that's the end of it. So basically, that's the whole system. Now, there's a lot to the system. If we say we had, say he's coming back in for a new appointment, you could say, okay, well, he's going to come in on that Wednesday. Now, the dates actually go into the real calendar, but we'll put him in at 9 o'clock and just say, let's keep him in. So now he's coming in at 9 o'clock. So our appointment list would have him coming in at 9 o'clock on that day we just did it for. So basically, that's the concept. You know, you can do your batch billing for patients and insurance, and then an end-of-day report. You know, we could do our end-of-day report. We won't do that right now. There's other reports. We could do our proof reports. Say we just wanted a list of everything we detailed proof list. Okay, we'll just do that, and we'll just to show you the idea of it. Now there's other stuff in there. This is what it'll look like. It'll total the day up for us, everything, show us who came in, and of course there'll be totals for everything. And when we run the end of day, you'll have summary sheets and so on. We have things like birthday lists or recall lists, and we have account agings, insurance plan agings, all kinds of statistics and various lists. Basically, it's a very capable, very powerful system. And for example, we will just show you real quickly how it looks in terms of registering a new patient. Say a new patient came in, and we'll just say, let's add that new patient. We'll just say, let's say Parton, who knows, huh? So Dolly came in, and she was born in 10/10/1946 or something. It's a female. Now, you know, sore neck. And she's going to see Dr. Melvin Good. It's in all these things here we have pull downs for everything. So if you have a question what goes in there, you can see it. And married, single, or other. We don't know if she's married or not, but say she lives on 123 Happy Stage Road down in Nashville. TN 12345. Okay, her primary phone might be 123, and this, something like that. Her email might be Dolly at myplace.com, and who she was referred by, and so on. Some of these are not required because they're not always required on the forms. So we get at the bottom and we keep it, and it says you want to add a new patient. Yeah, she's a new patient. Do you want to put an insurance plan in? Yeah, let's put an insurance plan in. Let's add a plan. Let's go ahead and say, well, she's old enough to have Medicare, so let's give her some Medicare. Make that her primary. It's herself. Her subscriber ID would go in there. Now there's lots of information on that screen, as you'll see, which you could put in there. The coverage begins and ends on these dates. Visits allowed, deductibles, co-pays. A lot of that can give you warnings about things when they're exceeding their limits. Now, do you want a chart? Yeah, we need a chart. So we'll add her chart. The chart, all it does is says, do we have the proper signatures on file? Now, if you had an accident or something like that, you'd plug that in. If you had a referring provider, you would go ahead and put the referring provider in. We got Dr. Kildare if we want. Now, let's put in Dr. Kildare. This normally would have an NPI, but that's an old demo file. So now if we want something in box 14 and onset, we can do that. All these other dates. And the point is, we just added an entire everything we needed to do a patient. And I can quickly go back to the ledger, and let's go ahead and just plug in a charge for that patient. Let's do a couple regions here. Adjustment, and we're going to need a diagnosis. We don't want to leave it blank. Okay, so let's go ahead and get one. This time I'll see if we can get a we don't have any type 9, so we're going to have to give them a ICD-10, but just for the fun of it, it will actually print the 9s for right now because we have it set to do that. So we just put in her charge. If you ever want to see her diagnosis, it's right there. Just double click and it'll tell you chronic instability of the knee. So we'll do a walkout and we'll go to a insurance form. We'll just see if that wants to print or not. There it is. Yep, Medicare form. It's the new ICD-10 form. To Mega Medicare contractor. There's her name and all that. And I don't know what that line is, but I don't think we really care about it. It's not really there. And signatures on file, the referring provider. Normally you'd have his NPI in there. It's ICD-9. So if you notice, we put an ICD-10 code in, and it was smart enough to switch it to an ICD-9. So you can actually start using 10s now if you wanted, but I don't think anyone's going to do that too quickly. And we'll put in the line items, 98940, modifier AT. Now the new form, of course, is you can use ABC instead of 1, 2, 3. So there you have it. That is the complete system, and there's a ton of features with it. We just scratched the surface, but the point is, in just a matter of once you have a patient in, a repeat visit takes just a few seconds to enter the charge, and even the initial visit, it goes in very quickly, just a minute, and you're in. So that's the system. Again, the whole complete system's $595, including all the automatic posting and everything. So with 90 days of warranty. So if you have a small practice or you want to just get your billing going, or if you want to run a billing service, it's a great system for a billing service. So that's going to be it, and thank you and have a great day.